good, fam? This is Luke. Today I'm be talking about sociology, music, subconscious influence, the rap game, and its detriments on society. So, um, I've heard this idea before, but I think that the Zerka clip summarizes it really well.
Molly, Percocet, Molly, Percocet. What's that doing to your lunar, subconscious, female left side of the brain? What's that doing to you when you sleep? Molly, Percocet, Molly, what's that thought loop that you don't even notice? You're at a party and you're like having a beer and then you're like, oh, you have Percocets? I've never tried one, but my favorite rapper made that one song. Like, I want to be like him, man. Addicted to downers destroy your life. It's all psychological programming. If I got on TV every day and talked about how much I love slapping a child, and I made it comedic or musical, or I use a different vessel to hit more parts of your psyche, would the percentage of hitting children go up?
I personally believe so.
What are these wet ass pussy and stuff? What's that doing to the youth? It's making them whores, little whore. 99% of women on earth right now.
He says are horse, but I don't know if I agree with that. Anyways, so you look at the rap game, right? I remember when I was young, and it's probably like when I was like really young, like maybe 10. My dad told me the word secular, or maybe it was my dad. No, I think he did tell me this. The word secular is like what's secular is like rap, right? They're talking about women, money, drugs, killing people. Secular, it's like the fast life, right? And obviously, anyone can tell that like you listen to bad music every day, you're gonna be thinking more negatively, thinking more like that music, right? I can personally attest to this. This is interesting, actually. I used to go to bed every night listening to sad music for like, I don't know, like maybe a year. And I didn't want to listen to happy music because, like, A, sad music was slow. I like that. And B, I would be sad before I'd be sleeping, just thinking about bad shit, just looping it. So I listened to depressing ass music. And what happened in that time? I just got more depressed. So, sociology, right? Sociology is pretty much the idea that you have subconscious influencing factors on your life, right? I talk to someone and he tells me things, whether I like the guy or not, whether I agree with him or not, I'm going to be more inclined to believe whatever he's saying, just subconsciously. Like, someone tells me elephants are all purple, and then, like, just very slightly, that thought just gets a bit more of a foothold in my life. Hitler said, if you want someone to believe something, just keep repeating it to them. And I think that he's the best person to understand with this stuff. I mean, he literally took the most educated country in the world at the time and put it against a quarter of the population. That's pretty insane. Just convincing them these are bad people, and they'll go out and kill them on a mass scale. So, what's the deal with all this stuff? I'm sure everyone saw Ice Spice in the Super Bowl doing the Baphomet hand sign. I think that's what it is. And wearing the upside down cross. It's like, what's with all the satanic stuff with rap deals, You see Playboi Carti, he just gets slowly more satanic as he gets more into it. Like, what's with all this stuff? Here's what it comes down to. There's an agenda behind this stuff, but I'll get into that in a different video. It's a bit conspiratorial and, like, it's not about this. This is just for people improving their lives. Cut out all music that has lyrics. Even listening to just Tame Impala and alternative rock and that nonsense is still going to make you have so much influence on your thoughts and your values, just listening to music about love and stuff. If you're going to listen to music, make it old. Jazz, classical, old bangers like, I don't know, Like old Presley, or what, not Presley, bro, I'm tripping. What's that guy's name? Yeah, Elvis Presley, bro. What am I talking about? So, when you are hearing day after day, I'm having sex with all these women, bro. I don't even care about them. I just like use them. I do these drugs. I kill people. And you listen to it with a funky rhythm, something that sticks in your head. What's that gonna do to your subconscious mind? How are you gonna feel when you're like, well, what's cool? What's cool to you? The people that you idolize, the things that they do. Who do you idolize when you listen to music from certain people? The artist. It's pretty clear. Revelations. Whoa. Yeah, I'm getting this from gotquestions.org. The New King James Version. In Ezekiel 28:13. The workmanship of your cymbals and pipes are prepared for you on the day you were created. This is talking about Satan. And like, it would make sense that Satan would be highly involved in music. He's all about deception. He's about convincing people of things. And music is the easiest route to do this from. You know? It all hinders you. Not to mention, music is a crutch. I tell people this. What happens when you're chilling with people and you want to get the vibe going? You listen to music. What happens when you're doing a lift and you want to get more energy? You want to get more... You listen to some aggressive music. What happens when you're just chilling and it's like you just don't want to hear the silence? You listen to music. You're studying. You want to focus, make it more entertaining. Music. Throughout high school, I spent the whole time with my AirPods in playing shit. It's such a crutch. And you don't need it. You don't. Like at all. Not to mention it literally takes the thoughts out of your head. Like, I think a big part of why I like music so much too is that my ears are always ringing. So like I wouldn't hear it as much. You know? And like sometimes it's like, it goes like, and then it goes back. But like normally it's just static. Just statically ringing. And like it bothers me. I don't want to hear that. So I used to listen to music all the time. But like, it doesn't do anything good for you. Not to mention it literally just is inhibiting your thought abilities. Your thought patterns are getting overridden by Drake talking about having sex with women. You know? And I don't think that any of it's good in the slightest. I don't think that there's anything good with music besides worship and classical and jazz. And maybe oldies, you know, like anything before like the 40s or 50s. I think once you start getting into disco and anything beyond that era is horrible. You get into today, and like everyone's listening to Ice Spice like he talked about and that stuff. And it's like, the stuff with the Ice Spice actually concerns me a lot. Because like what happens when you implant the idea of go be a whore? Go have sex with so many men. I was talking about some kid last night. Or I was talking with some kid about this last night too. And I go, everything is clearly of an agenda. Rap is appealing to the mainstream average man, right? It's something that's appealing to a man about kill people, deal drugs, do drugs, have sex with a lot of women. Just be like you're that guy, you know? But what's interesting to me is that's the destructive tendencies that they try and get you into as a man, right? And you're like, oh, who's trying to get you into it? Look into NWA and what they said about their record deal where they're like, say fuck the police and say I got a sawed off and I'm shooting people. Yeah, look into that stuff. I'll talk about it in a different video. So that's the destructive stuff that they try and get men into, right? Try and get them to ruin their lives. Not to mention, I don't know if I talked about this in a different video. When you're in an ultra-destructive, ultra-worldly mind state, you're the ultimate consumer. If there's no God, if there's nothing you're building towards in your life, if it's just, bro, existentialism, bro, we're just gonna die, nothing matters, you're in the ultimate consumer state. it's true. Like, so obviously people at the heads of corporations, leading industries, are gonna want you to be within that, you know? And the stuff with girls, it's like, you look at the trending artists for women and the agendas that are behind this stuff. Who's winning in those games? Billie Eilish, Be Depressed, No Men Like You, You're Not Special. Olivia Rodrigo, violence towards like, oh, he doesn't like me, men ain't shit. Ice Spice, disgusting. I'm sucking all these men's dicks, bro. Like, what? What are you talking about? That's the other thing, too. When you're on TikTok, it's constantly music, and they're catchy songs made to be like 10-second snippets, and it just gets hammered into your head. Not to mention, when you combine iconography, you see the videos of girls shaking their asses, doing these whore dances, while listening to Ice Spice songs, right? It's just hammered in 10 times more. And then you spend even an hour a day on TikTok. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Okay. What is this doing to your subconscious mind? Not good things, guys, is the answer. Not good stuff. You know, it's like Nicki Minaj, all this stuff. And like, the music industry's been like this, though. This isn't anything new. In the 90s, it was like aggressive rock music, talking about bad stuff, doing bad actions, being a bad person, or like depressing stuff. But it's only gotten worse. Like, there were some songs that were chill. And like, then you get into 2000s pop music. Like, I remember being a kid, it's like, I took a pill and I Ibiza, or like that song where it's like, baby, pull me closer in the backseat of your Rover. You know what I'm talking about? Like, it's everywhere, and it's been everywhere. And you're just harvesting this supplement, this crutch to yourself, to think less, to be in a certain mind state, to make things go better. And it's unnecessary. Not to mention, it's just going to ruin your life. Maybe not fully, but think about how much better you'd be without any of this random nonsense influencing you, you know? Like, if you think it's important to be around people with good values, then why don't you look into the music that you listen to? You're intaking probably more lyrics a day than you are conversations between people around you, most likely, right? Like, how many songs do you have the lyrics memorized to? You know what I'm saying? What's gonna happen if you listen to Suicide Boys every day? Lil Peep, XXXTentacion, Lil Xan, all these stupid people. Like, I want to do an experiment where it's like I listen to no music for a month. I listen to rap and indulge in all that nonsense for a month. I'll do like a check-in. Hey guys, today I killed 4 people and I dealt Percocets and, you know? This is what it does to you and no one recognizes it. Listen to Catchy B talking about horrible things and you act worse. You could write it off. Oh, I don't listen to it that much, you know? Oh, well, like, I don't listen to that bad of music, you know? It's just like normal rap. I just listen to Drake, you know? God never intended us to live like this. It's the truth. I don't think I quoted this in my last video, but I might have. But, I'm gonna reread it regardless. But shun profane and vain babblings, for they will increase unto more godliness. Ungodliness, I mean. 2 Timothy 2:16 KJV. You can't say, I'm seeking the best for my life. You can't say, I'm a Christian and I seek God out and do this stuff. It's a problem. They don't coincide. You don't sit there and listen to Playboi Carti and then be like, yeah, I'm a Christian, guys. I care about God. reality of the situation is you care more about this crutch than you do your relationship with God. It's just the truth, guys. Like, it sucks. Like, I like being able to listen to rap music with my friends and stuff, you know? But it's for the better. And, like, this is one thing. The way of God, the way of Christ is always the difficult, annoying, scary way of things. You think about the most angelic time in your life, the time when you're most masculine, and it's when things were the hardest, you know? It's the scariest, darkest time you ever go through. It's the most angelic time in your life. And yet, the time when you're the most pussy, you're improving the least, you're the most feminine, is when you just let yourself indulge. You don't do anything good. You don't take the hard way. And it's like, Satan comes as an angel of light. Double D tits in your face, come fuck me. And God always comes as the hard route, the annoying one, the one you don't want to do. Because unfortunately, following the fall, we're just not like, we're not like fully just bred with God, you know, just like ready. Now you have to actually come to Him and do the tasks and work and stuff like that. Do the annoying parts. It's just the reality of the situation, guys. Always seek the best, regardless of the danger. It's another thing I told my friend. He's talking about how he wants to quit smoking weed and like he wants to get his life together. And I'm like, dude, realistically speaking, you're a Christian, right? He goes, yeah. I go, what is there to fear? He's not a Christian, by the way. He's a lukewarm Christian. But what is there to fear with difficulty when you have the backing of God? What is too hard when you have the creator of the universe behind you? The answer is nothing. There's nothing to fear. There's nothing that you should be like, oh, it's going to be difficult. There's nothing like that, bro. Like, with God behind you, you can do anything. Though I walk through the shadow of the valley of death, I shall fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff comfort me. Like, walking through the shadow of the valley of death, that's what we're supposed to be, bro. Masculine Christianity. That's all I gotta say, guys. Bring it back. No more like, yeah, I'm a Christian, you can be gay, and like, don't make Christianity accepting. Don't water it down so more people are intrigued to come in, you know? Of course you should be kind to people. Don't hate. But don't be like, oh, it's whatever. You should be outraged when you see people destroying their lives when you know the correct way to live. How can you say, I posted this on my private story, how can you say that you care for people and yet allow them to take the route of danger spiritually, mentally, emotionally? Because the reality of the situation is you don't. Either you don't care about them or you don't let them take that route. You know, it's not just, oh, you do what you want and I'll do what I want and everyone has different perspectives. Nah. God isn't like, it's fine, guys, like, just as long as you're nice. No, bruh. There's objective things that you should and shouldn't be doing in your life. Listening to the music of today is not something you should be doing in the slightest. You're gonna ruin your life, everything you have going for you, for nothing, bro. For going like that. You know? It's just the truth, guys. And all these rappers are like this. Literally all of them. Even the ones that don't have these big record label deals that tell them to make stuff like this. Even on SoundCloud, they're like that. Just because, like, they see that that's what works. But the reality of the situation is, that's what they're getting paid to say. So, like, yeah, I guess it works when you have a record label that's going to be, oh, put it on the radio, do all this, you know. I remember I was listening to the radio and some Sexy Red song came on. And like, this was an Uber. And like, it's literally bleeped every other word. Is that good for you to be intaking? Seriously? And don't intake the sad stuff either, guys. It's not good, it's not worth it. I don't think that you should really listen to music at all. Unless it's worship or classical or jazz. Or like classics. That's all I gotta say, guys. God bless. I think I might have said that quote in another video. But it's chill, it pertains to this too.